Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Eternal Atake 2 by Lil Uzi Vert. Off rip, this is one of the worst albums I've ever heard in my life. So if you are expecting a good review, do not continue from here. Lil Uzi Vert, 32 million monthly subscribers. I say that every single time. I say the wrong thing every single time. 32 million monthly listeners on Spotify. A very popular artist. Has made some really good songs, to be honest. A lot of fun songs. He makes a lot of good, that song, whatever that song is. High energy, definitely a pioneer of a certain kind of sound. I really genuinely don't know what to call it, so I'm not going to call it anything to be wrong. But if you know Uzi, you know what I'm talking about. And just kind of paved the way for this yeet kind of wave kids and things like that. Just very different sound that's very futuristic and very mold breaking, if you will, from traditional rap. Eternal Atake is going to be his 7th studio album, his 7th studio solo album, that is, because he does have that Pluto tape with Future. But a second album to the 2020 release Eternal Atake, which was pretty popular. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big Uzi guy, but looking at the numbers that just Eternal Atake did alone, I understand how he's still relevant and how he's still successful, because he's got hundreds of millions of streams on just this album alone. So I'm sure the fans of Eternal Atake 1 were very excited for Eternal Atake 2 to come out, but I'm not one of those fans. Again, Uzi has released good music in the past, so I went into it listening with an open mind, expecting to hopefully hear something good. I didn't have any expectations. I just turned it on and just hope for the best. But again, when I say that this is one of the worst albums I've ever listened to in my life, I really mean that. I saw him talking about how he was getting interviewed and somebody asked him about retiring from music, or him saying that he's going to stop making music. And he made this weird answer of like, oh, I don't know what it meant to stop making music. Life moves on, whatever. He made some bullshit ass excuse. And when I heard that, I just instantly assumed that he tried to get out of a record label deal, and he couldn't. And he's got bread to owe, and he needs to make this album. And so that's what I'm hoping this album is just fucking sound that he wanted to get out of his contract with, because otherwise this is not a work of art. Again, I'm not a big Uzi guy, and I'm not a big of anybody in that world, so I don't have a lot to talk about other than the grades that I gave him. So we can just get into those. For production, it's fucking bad. I gave it a 5.5. It's bad. There's moments where it's normal, and kind of an expected sound for Uzi. Again, the techno, hypnotic, fast-paced, high BPM. There's a few moments where it's like, it works, it's okay. But majority of the album is just fucking noise. It's just noise that's just in my ears. If I was having a bad day and I heard that in the background, it's like that kind of sound that would like be the tipping point that just makes you want to fucking punch a bitch. So 5.5 for production. For vocals and lyrics, I gave it a 2 for each. A 2 for vocals, a 2 for lyrics. I gave him a 2 for vocals because it's normal, but it's not good. He's using some deep voice thing. It's not good. Lyrics, awful. Awful. I don't even want to waste time talking about the lyrics. Just awful. I didn't even talk about how long the album is. 16 songs, 43 minutes. Only 2 songs feel like they're real. Conceited and Chill Bay are the only ones that feel like a real song. The song with Big Time Rush is like awful. Pars and Mars, Meteor, like it's a really bad album. Mr. Chow was like close to being cool, but they gave up halfway on the song. Chips and Dip, close, gave up halfway on the song. This is just like a really bad album. 2 for vocals and lyrics, just not deserving of anything really. Cohesion, I did give it an 8. It's bad from front to back. Points for that. Originality, I gave this shit a 2. What is this? It's not good. There's literally no reason for this to come out. This did not provide anything to the world. It is not any different from any other. My friend James called it, what did he call it? Galaxy gas rap. What the fuck is galaxy gas rap? I believe it. That's probably a genre that this probably shit is. But galaxy gas rap is not for me. This did not sound like any new groundbreaking galaxy gas rap or a new solar system finding galaxy gas rap. So a 2 for originality. Quality and care, also a fucking 2. Again, this is one of the worst albums I've ever heard. I don't know what the purpose for this album is. I don't know what the reason for this album is. I don't know if he needed to get paid off of this album, again, to get out of a record deal or something like that, or something. There has to be. I don't want to shit on him because I have no reason to shit on him, and he's made songs that I liked. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on the fact that he can make good music, but this is not good music whatsoever. Shit. With a 5.5, a 2, a 2, an 8, a 2, and a 2, it puts this album at a 43, a fail, an F. You're not passing the class. I think this is more than fair. I don't think anybody should subject themselves to listening to this album. I think a lot of people will, a lot of kids and a lot of the younger generation will force themselves to pretend like they like it. And in a couple years, when they grow up a little bit more and understand life and stuff like that, they will look back and say, "What the fuck was I listening to?" Again, Uzi is not bad, or Uzi has good songs. He can make good music, but none of this is good music. But 43, Eternal Take 2. I'll see you in the next one.